Starscream! Starscream! You gotta help us! The Autobots are infiltrating the base. Megatron requests your appearance! Hey, what's with the gun? You are the fifth person to call me Starscream at this base. For the last time, I am not Starscream. I am Jhiaxus. And just because you mispronounced my name, I will not help you in battle. Come back! Oh God, we're all gonna die. Shut up, rat trap! What's up, ladies and gents? Random Guy I'm here with another video review on Transformers Generations Deluxe Class Jhiaxus. Let's just get right into the toy, because the box never really made it back from Walmart. But, yeah. Jhiaxus is a repaint slash remold of, the Armada Starscream that came out earlier on. And, I like the way this came out. I mean, the orange can be an eyesore for some people, but at least the gray is breaking it up a bit. I mean, you got the nice outlining going on here. You have this whole gray section. You got the guns that are done in gray. Tampograph Decepticon symbol right there on both sides that are gray. You know, nothing too bad about it. I like the metallic kind of bluish color they used on the cockpit. Still very cool. I don't have the original, the Armada Starscream, so here's as much as I can tell you about remolding. The wings are entirely remolded. The cockpit itself is entirely remolded. We all know the head's remolded, because he's got visible head, but when you flip it under, there's a little plate. There's a little plate covering the visible head. Where was this technology back in the day? I don't know. These rear wings are remolded, and that's as far as remolding goes in jet mode anyway. Yeah, very cool. He does have landing gear. He has a front landing gear which you just flip out like so. And the wheels done in gray. Then when you come down to the legs, there are these other landing gears. They don't roll or anything, they're just molded pieces of plastic. And they kind of sort of work as a landing gear. Looking at the underside now, you can just basically see he's the man under the jet. And yeah, that's pretty cool. I like this jet mode. For comparison, here he is with the our Fall of Cybertron mold. Fall of Cybertron Seeker mold. And as you can see, they're about the same length. I think Jhiaxus could be a hair taller, because he's basically got a nub for a nose cone. For accessories and his arsenal, he comes with 2 rifles. They can store in this mode. There are these little tracks along with a little post. There's a little port right here, and then depending on which way you want which wing it is, you gotta make it so the gun fits on that track and it plugs in nice and securely. It plugs in nice and securely for being such small ports, he says as he knocks off a gun. It works. It kinda works. It works, actually. I like the storage is not that bad. I've seen worse on jets. Speaking of worse storage, he's got minicon ports, or connector ports. So if you have a little Dark of the Moon Triceratodon and G1 slop, you can basically take the little minicon post right there and plug it into one of the minicon ports. So now your jet can have a Triceratops on it. And the mouth is drooping. But I'll bring in something here. Magnus's gun. If you notice, the RG Magnus, by the way, the connector port here looks exactly the same as these connector ports. And what goes on these connector ports is the missile. And so basically you can also plug in the missile onto these connector ports, and that doesn't really look that bad. But of course you could triple decker it with the Triceratops, but hey, never mind. The guns also have like a 3mm clip point right here, so you can basically take it and clip it in like that. Why you would do that, I don't know. And then for weaponry, he has the big Armageddon shoulder cannons, the Armada figure hat. I'm going to use it on this. I'm going to demonstrate on this rather than this because this one is just stupid loose. But here's basically a good look at the missile. Nice welded details. It does gray plastic stick. So basically, you push once, and this gunmetal gray point sticks out. Then you push again, and then that's what fires the missile. And the missile fires really far. So I guess that's it for jet mode. Very cool. Let's get down to transformation, and it's very, very simple. Like one of the simplest Generations transformations I've seen. So we're gonna basically take the arms, and there's a little tab right here. There's a little tab right here that tabs into that slot right there. Basically, that's how that works. And we're done with that for now. Next, we're going to separate the legs, bring them out, bring them down, rotate it around, fold up the foot, fold up the heel spur, and basically now we have the legs done. And now you probably know how everything else is going to fold out, come out, go about. How everything else is going to work out. That's what I was trying to say. Next we're going to fold out the fists. Fold this whole section down. No, wait, I remember something here. First we're going to fold in this nose cone. Then we're going to fold the cockpit up. Now we're going to take this whole assembly and fold it up and complete the fold for that, for the cockpit. And we're going to rotate the wings because they're on ball joints, and then fold up the Armageddon cannon pack. The cannons of doom. One great improvisation they made from the original mold, the Voyager. The cannons can now fold up because the original one always had the cannons up like this. Now you can just fold them back. Not the whole waist assembly back, you can fold this back. And there we have Jhiaxus in his robot mode. I like the robot mode, it's not bad. Outside of very, 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 very loose hips, he can still hold his pose, and his feet are molded in an A stance. Still, very cool. Head sculpt I just love on this figure. Like with all the skeletal looking thing. It's not light piped, unlike the original. But hey, it's just light piping. Yeah, not much remolded in this mode other than the head. And again, the chest. The wings again are remolded. These wings are remolded. Very cool figure. I like him. Articulation. He rotates a full 360. His head is on a ball joint, and he can look up. He can look far up because of the panel, and he can't look much down, but he can look up a lot. So he can fly. He can fly. But anyway, his ball joint works weirdly. There's always like a detent when you put it straight, like there always feels like a detent when you put it straight, but whatever. Shoulders can do a full 360, but the back stuff gets in the way. can go outwards and inwards. And cool thing is, once you go outwards, you can see they have this little molded in stuff going on right here. Basically fills up that gap. And again, but if you move it all the way up, you can see that where the stopping point is. He has a bicep swivel on a mushroom peg. He has an elbow joint. Something weird going on in my elbow joint. This one works fine. This one. I feel like there's a little molding issue going on. Because as you can see, when you fold it this way, you get about 90 degrees. But when you move it this way, it really stops. There's a stop. This one, when you fold it, there's a stop. And then when you put it back like this, you get about the 90 degrees. So that's confusing, because elbows don't work that way. I feel like something happened at the factory. I don't know. No wrist swivels. They do pivot. An eyesore for me is the orange inside the wrist, but it's okay. There's always a solution. Nothing at the waist. Hips, they go forward. They can't go back, dude. They can go back. They can't really go far back because of the things. They can go outwards and inwards. You get a thigh swivel. You get a double knee joint due to transformation. And the feet do pivot. He's pretty posable, but not that posable. Again, the Armageddon cannons can flip out. There is the tabs right here that'll tap into the slots right there. Then you can fire. And you can fire one off the table. Oh, man. It's hard being a reviewer. Very cool. With the cannons folded up, he kind of feels really thin. Yeah, I wonder why. Anyway, he can hold his guns. And he got power link ports. He got ports on his arms that he can connect things to. You can connect the Triceratops to his arm. If you really should. Yeah. Very cool. For comparisons, here he is with Skywarp. And, Jhiaxus, no, Skywarp's a bit taller. Just by a hair. And here he is with Springer. But yeah, Jhiaxus, cool figure. If you didn't get Armada Starscream, I suggest you get this one. Looks much cooler, and that's an overall better figure. Not better, I mean. But anyway, I guess that's pretty much it for me. Subscribe up there, like down there, favorite, comment if you choose so. I mean, like in my first review I told you to comment about stuff. I don't want to force comments out of you guys. I just want, you know, I don't want to force any comments out of you guys. That'd be wrong. But anyway, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. See you in the next video review.